I want a man that loves me, cherishes me, values me, but they have to know my value in order to value me.
Marjorie did for Steve.
Right.
That's what I want.
Right.
Man, listen, when Steve got with Marjorie, man, I seen a whole difference, not only in his happiness, his career.
Okay.
The reason you take this from the woman ain't got nothing to do with her. It got something to do with you. Where you take all type of foolishness and disrespect and mistreatment from a woman. Like DJ Envy right here.
She went on a girls trip. She's going for 20 days.
And this man right here. I want y'all to take a look at this Vogue shot right here. I want you to look at Wonder Woman leading the little boy Wonder behind her, holding the kid, leading him. He's following her wherever she wants to take him. He's going. You know this woman defined their relationship as best friends with a baby? She literally defined their relationship as we're best friends with a baby. She played it safe and had a baby with a man she had in the friend zone. Here's what you men have to understand. 9 times out of 10, you put too much of a premium on sex. Your wood is too tender, so you'll do anything for the woman, the attractive woman who lets you cut. You'll do anything. You can go anywhere to get the lies, but I know you came here to get the truth. Welcome to the Alphasphere. Welcome to the Alphasphere, the only place on the planet that's totally engulfed in positivity and totally submerged in alpha energy. I'm your host, Dr. BOA.
If I had it my way, I want a man that loves me, cherishes me, values me, but they have to know my value in order to value me. They have to know my worth, and they can only know my worth if I know my worth. I want them to respect me, but I want fun times. I want fun times. I want laughs. I want laughs more than anything.
Really?
Yeah.
This woman. Now that's a very important point. Do you take her? Because when you take her, you are taking her from them. That means that at best, his name will be hyphenated if not dropped. And before you take my daughter's name, my name of my daughter, I gotta know you mean what you say. Because my name got her through college. And my name got her this far. And my name got her her first car. And my name has covered her all her life. And you ain't gonna just walk up here and take her and not mean it. Your name has gotta mean the good God. Don't play with me here. I gotta know you mean it. You ain't gonna drop my name and then drop her. Do you take her for better or for worse? Do you take her for richer or for poor? Do you take her in sickness and stuff? Or are you going to just take her if something better comes along and you're going to take that? Because if you're going to do that, then get out my face. You can't have her. She needs to be just as safe as you, with you, as she was with them. Do you take her? Yeah. Will you take her when her breasts are reduced or they're cut off to save her life? Will you take her when you have to push her around in a wheelchair? Will you take her when she loses her mind and she doesn't even recognize who you are? Will you take her for better or for worse? Forever. Will you love her to death? That's what marriage is. This ain't no game. Can I trust you forever? Or is it based on my performance? I perform in the bedroom, perform in the boardroom, bring the money home. Does his muscles have to be like the old boyfriend's muscles? Or do you take him just as he is forever? And then can we be naked and not ashamed? Can I tell you what I've been hiding from everybody else? Can you handle what they did to me when I was too little to protect myself? I don't know who I'm talking to in here. And can you handle that? See, some of y'all in these little petty relationships, you ain't got no commitment. You with the woman till she don't make you happy no more. Marriage is forever. You hear what I'm saying? Little punk commitments we making. It's forever. When it says I'll take you, that means I got you.
I have yet to see a man ruin his family because of infidelity and be the same person after that. Either they become a better human, but there's always that regret. There's always that hole. And I wish that that's the conversation us as men should have. Like, instead of being the adult that my dad wasn't me telling me like, oh, you only got one girlfriend? One day you gonna understand. I'd rather be the dude that said, hey man, when I started devoting myself to my wife, like literally committing myself to my wife, I'm not cheating, I'm not doing nothing else, and I'm going to therapy, and I'm doing the work on myself. So look at my life the last 6-7 years.
Here's the thing about a man talking like this. He really believes it's because he devoted himself to his wife. No, it's because you devoted yourself to commitments. It ain't got nothing to do with your wife. That's just one of the commitments. You devoted yourself to working out, probably. You devoted yourself to getting enough sleep. You devoted yourself to being to your meetings on time. You devoted yourself to doing all of the interviews you could. You devoted yourself into reading the books you needed to read, informing yourself more about your career. You devoted yourself to enhancing your spiritual peace. You devoted yourself to 50 things. But a beta male simp mangina like Charlemagne is always going to point it out and say, well, it's my woman. That my woman did that. If it wasn't for my woman, I did that. I couldn't have did none of that without my woman. When I devoted myself to my wife, no. When you devoted yourself to being a fucking man, when you stop running around the streets chasing these bras, when you stop running around the streets, man, that acting wild, acting like a young boy, when you raised up and realized, okay, I got to focus on the things I need to focus on. It ain't got to do with devoting yourself to your wife, dude. It got to do devoting yourself to your life. And in your household, that woman is a part of your life. But you ain't no way in hell, boy, you done kept everything else loose, and then just because you tighten up with your bra, everything got good in your life. No. You became a man and focused on being the best version of yourself. See, this type of thing right here get you caught up in a situation where you're taking shit from a woman because you believe that she's your God. He pretty much saying, I devoted myself to this woman and she changed, everything changed in my life. Well, how about you devote yourself to God and see how much better things change in your life? You always see these dudes talking about their woman. I devote to my woman this, my woman that. Boy ain't got an ounce of spiritual astuteness in him, ain't got no godliness in him at all. It ain't no way. It ain't no way, man. Listen. Once you cheat on a woman, I'm talking about literally, you cheat on a woman, which means that you were lying and going around behind her back and doing things, then lying about it, and you got caught. That's what cheating is. Any man who say that ain't cheating, man, is a beta male simp mangina. But if you do that and a woman take you back, that shit ain't gonna never be the same. It ain't gonna never be the same. It's gonna always be on her mind. It's gonna always cause some issue. And so you gotta do all this shit each time. You gotta be jumping through all these hoops. You gotta go do this, and you gotta go do that, and you gotta show this, you gotta prove. You got to show her that you're trying to change for her. Never change for a woman. Change for you. Change for God. Change for your mission. Change so you could be the best version of yourself. Be the man you're supposed to be, but never change for a woman. What's wrong with y'all?
I came up in every way, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, everything.
He came up all them ways and put it all at the feet of his woman. The boy worship his woman. You gotta worship whoever you believe is the reason that you are in the position you in life. You gotta worship them. So if you think that's your woman, then she's your God. If you think that's your children, then they're your God. If you think that's your mama, then she's your God. If you think that's your team, then they're your God. And man, and somebody just say, man, his wife cheated on him. I figured she did. I think he took her back after that. He said she had the right to cheat. Man, here's the thing about it. When you are a man who lets your woman be in a position of power, she gonna do whatever the hell she want to do.
She gonna do whatever the hell she want to do.
Because the number one problem y'all men have, you can't leave a broad on ice. You don't not leave on ice.
Big mistake that you make. Big mistake. Enjoy the money first. Buy what you want and do everything you want.
Do you know anybody who's happily married?
No, nobody happily married.
Come on, that's not
Nobody happily married. I don't see nobody happily married. I might be wrong. Don't get me wrong. I might be wrong. Because 9 out of 10 people, 9 out of 10 people is unhappy with married.
I agree. A lot of people around here living that shit. Think about the shit that be coming out by people. A lot of times people be around here living that life, man. You come to realize, man, them ain't even been living together, man, for a year. They be showing up places together, holding hands. Now, man, you come to realize, man, they ain't been together for a year. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about it, man, here's a man saying, listen, man, is not. Even Charlamagne sitting there talking, man, that dude ain't happy. He just caught up on the broad and he don't want to let her go. That's not happy, man. That's sad.
So what the fuck you gonna get married for? It don't make no sense. You have 1 million people in the world and it's 99.99 negative.
Hey, you better watch it for your wife hear it.
Fuck my wife. Start with she first. Start with she first. She make me afraid of woman because she want every blood clot thing. You know? She want everything. No, don't marry. Marriage is not good for nobody in this world.
I'm not saying every man feel as adamant about that as he does, man. But there's a bunch of guys out here faking it, like they're happily married like that. You know, most guys, what most guys' definition of happily married is? They can keep tabs on their broad enough to know that she ain't nobody else. That's what happiness is to them.